There is a difference between inviting someone into a space and creating an expectation of how they're supposed to perform in it. In a day and an age where most people have self-inflicted expectations for how they're supposed to show up in the world, it can be really exhausting when you're entering spaces and you feel there's already an expectation for how you're supposed to show up in it. Welcome back to Design to Host, where I share what hosting over 300 events and experiences has taught me and offer you simple practices that you can bring into your own spaces to help create more ease, intention, and connection. I have watched this specific shift happen in real time in multiple rooms. There are spaces that are created where people might feel like they have to contribute or perform. There is a tension that is built with that creates a person that shows up to be on alert and looking for cues and waiting for the right moments and often holding back their full self from the experience. And then I've seen the other where there is clearly no expectation of how you should perform or show up. In those spaces, people are able to bring their observance forward and they show up more courageously and soft in those spaces. Hosting has taught me when we create an invitation for people to show up, this is also the acknowledgement that you belong as you are. Expectations ultimately create pressure, whereas invitations create agency. Here are 3 ways that you can lead with invitation this week in hosting and in life. First, offer choice, not demand. When you offer choice as to how people participate in your spaces, ultimately you are allowing trust to build. Choice builds trust, and when people have trust, they're able to show up more vulnerably, open, and easily. Second, name what's welcomed and not what's required. I love to say clarity is kindness. One of my favorite taglines in my journaling workshops is there is no right way to journal. I love to emphasize that to invite them in to practice it as they feel naturally flows from them. Third and lastly, model permission yourself. This goes back to last week's episode around setting the tone and understanding that tone setting has everything to do with modeling. But when you enter a space and you're modeling your authentic self and not performing, you give permission for others to not perform either and to show up authentically. A lot of hosts believe that they have to hold it all together. And the truth is, the more you show your authentic self, your real emotion, your real truths, you invite others to do the same back into the space. Notice this week what happens when you replace expectation with invitation. If you want to dive deeper, I left a reflection prompt in the caption for you, for yourself, for the spaces you create, or the spaces you're a part of. See you next week.